Oh, say, did you see Fergie's weird rendition of the National Anthem at the NBA All-Star Game? Shut up, Amir, that intro was awesome. Well, it went viral for not so great reasons. A lot of people were saying that it ranks as one of the worst renditions of the Star-Spangled Banner in history. It was crazy. Fergie has finally issued a comment. She says, I've always been honored and proud to perform the national anthem, and last night I wanted to try something special for the NBA. I'm a risk taker artistically, but clearly this rendition didn't strike the intended tone. I love this country and honestly tried my best. That's, you got it. I mean, whenever someone says, I tried my best.
Yeah, like,
I believe she did. When you watch the end of the video and you see her sort of waving, she really did think that she was doing something.
She obviously didn't go there and like, she's like, I'm gonna go fuck this up.
No, she wasn't. She definitely wasn't like looking at her manager being like, watch, this is totally gonna tank.
Yeah.
And she.
That said, she probably should have practiced a little bit more. Like, I don't know, like, cause like, come on, like.
Amir's like, I don't know much about singing, but it seems like that was pretty raw.
Yeah, like she doesn't like have any projects that I know of like really happening right now.
She was the host of The Four.
So does she sing a lot for that show? Like, no. She had like Black Eyed Peas like many years ago.
She had Double Duchess that came out.
Oh, okay. I'm just saying like you should probably like, I don't know when they asked her and when she showed up, but like maybe she could have like done a little bit of like rehearsing. I don't know, like how that whole thing. You're a singer. How about you tell us? Like,
don't throw that title at me. No,
actually,
no,
like,
sir.
Hit it, guys. Like,
no, sir. And no, this is what I will say. The point that you just made is really curious, where you're like, she must have like rehearsed and stuff. Think about her. It was a jazzy, sultry rendition of the Star-Spangled Banner. So like, you bet your ass they had rehearsals.
It wasn't very sultry, more salty than sultry, but.
Okay, what are we doing? It's not 5 words or less. Like, what are you just throwing these one-liners out here? More salty than sultry. I think that she definitely rehearsed. Amir, this is what I think happened here. I think that the people on her team didn't, like, no one stepped in, because this definitely wasn't her concocting it in a brain, creating a little arrangement, passing it to a guy on a tape player, him hitting play, and her being like, surprise everybody, like this is my rendition. Okay. So I think that more people heard it, heard her practice, and no one said this might not be it, girl.
Those people are terrible friends. So here's the thing, if you were asked 1 week in advance to do the Star-Spangled Banner, what would you do to prepare for that?
I already thought about it. I would say no, because I don't know the words.
Okay, you can't say no.
Okay, I would say
they're gonna hurt your dogs if like you say no.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so like now, now that the stakes are high.
What sort of a dystopian feel?
Now that their stakes are high.
What am I singing?
I don't like the fact of them hurting them.
They're gonna
take your dogs and give it to another family. Like what are you gonna do? How are you gonna prepare?
Am I in a district now? Okay, this is what I would do if I had to sing it. Knowing my lack of vocal range, I would start real low, because that song is tricky. That's the thing. I mean, that's why we're so impressed with Whitney Houston's rendition all these years later, because she nailed it, and those notes are not easy to hit. So I would start real low, like, oh, I don't know. It's a hard song, and I'm sick right now, but like, oh.
You would just mumble the whole thing.
I would maybe. you know that like mumble rap is kind of in right now. So like, and you see, and then you get a
mumble. That's not mumble rap.
I don't know.
It's hard. Okay.
Well, okay.
But like, okay, so going to like the worst rendition. So they're calling this one of the worst.
I have a list of some of the worst, according to the Washington Post.
Okay, don't cry.
I just feel very embarrassed by what you made me do. So they said that some of the worst, the worst ring of all time, pretty consistently on lists, according to the Washington Post and others, is Roseanne Barr's rendition of the Star-Spangled Banner at a baseball game. I don't know the details of one.
Padres game in the 90, 91 or something.
Here's my thing with that. You see it on every single list whenever someone flubs the national anthem. Who was expecting Roseanne Barr to nail that? Who was being like, guys,
who thought it was a good idea to ask her?
Why are you asking a comedian?
Early 90s were a weird time. That was like the most popular show.
Very weird.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like, let's get Roseanne to do it.
She can do no wrong.
Yeah, they may as well have asked John
her.
Goodman to do it too. Like it wouldn't have made a difference.
The cast of Roseanne is going to be singing the Star-Spangled Banner.
But man, that was so bad that President H.W. Bush was like, this is a disgrace to the nation.
Yeah, that's
the president
gotta be rough.
said, yeah,
that's rough for her.
Can I add just like one little political point? It kind of annoys me how when anyone screws up this song, their love for the country is questioned, and they have to immediately like come back with a response like, I love this country so much, please don't hurt me, like that, I'm so sorry I messed this up, but like I'm a patriot, and I like, why? If you're a bad, that's what it is, that now the litmus test is like, you're not a good American if you screw up singing.
Yeah, especially like under all that pressure. I hear what you're saying. I think that there's sort of the argument that they're not taking it seriously, and there is this moment before American sports games where it's like this serious moment of reflection for how we got here and what's going on in the country and unity and whatever. And first of all, that is so typically American. That really like was so weird when I came to the United States to play basketball, and they were like, stand up for the national anthem before the game. I was like, what is happening? This is so weird.
Really?
Yeah, it was a little weird. And then everyone, because they'd all been playing basketball in the US and that they knew what to do, and I was just like standing next to everybody. I was like, we're just gonna like listen to this like 5-year-old sing. I mean, it's cute, but like,
I'm
wow.
assuming Belgium and probably a lot of Europe is not very nationalistic.
Yeah, I mean, Belgium
and that's
is
like
such
probably
a,
like thanks to World War II and like how that went.
Well, no, I mean,
nationalism.
look, people can feel like absolutely like really patriotic and proud of their country, and like I experienced that in Belgium. And Belgium is such a like wonderfully weird country to have grown up in the first place. But as far as like the whole like everyone like be serious right now, no messing around, it is the anthem. That was a new experience for me. Yeah. Next on the list, I saw Michael Bolton. Now he ranked up there because he forgot the words to the national anthem, but don't worry, he had it written on his hand. And so midway through the song, he's like, and the rockets ran glad. and then like you see the stadium just erupt with like booing, and he feels bad too. He's like, the bombs bursting in air. Like
I thought Michael Bolton was Canadian up until I read
We may
that.
never
No,
know.
yeah.
I'm not sure. I don't know if he really belongs to any country. I think he's just sort of an entity that we all love and accept. Then Christina Aguilera at a Super Bowl of passing, she flubbed the words, but I actually listened to that anthem in preparation for this, and in comparison to the other other renditions we're talking about, not so bad. I mean, it's a lot, but it's Christina Aguilera. You know what you're gonna get. A lot of like, hey, you know, like a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
That was a great Christina Aguilera impression.
That was a good.
Sure. Should add that to my repertoire.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Meatloaf meets Christina Aguilera.
Now you're just grunting.
And then lastly, Steven Tyler also makes a list because at the Indy 500 of yesteryears, he ended his anthem, on top of just opening with a harmonica solo, he ended his national anthem with saying, and the home of the Indy 500. And people didn't like that. They said you can't change the words to the anthem because then you're un-American sort of thing.
Wow. I'm curious, so like this song was written a long time ago.
Yeah.
How many people tried it out like back before we started taking tally, and like it was just terrible? Or were people back then amazing singers?
Well, if I'm not mistaken, it originated as a drinking song. Like it's the tune of a drinking song,
How
right?
dare they drink to this
Wait,
song?
isn't that is true? Okay, I trust Craig because I think he's very patriotic.
Because he's drinking right now. So
because he's drunk right now, and he always sings that song. But so you can imagine, like, like if you imagine like Disney people in movies, like in Beauty and the Beast, like you as a drinking song, like with their little mugs, like, oh, say, can you see by the dawn's then it's not hard to sing.
Yeah, especially when
if you're not trying to sing it well.
Yeah,
then,
and when like a bunch of people in a bar are singing it together.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of like how in Europe you always hear people sing that White Stripes song all the time for no reason, like bo ba da ba ba bo. It's sort of like that. It doesn't sound anything really like the song anymore, but it's this collective chorus, and I think that's initially how the Star Spangled Banner was meant to be.
I think a lot of songs were initially like drinking songs like that.
Yeah, there was a lot of drinking, I think, at the origin of this country because it was just a mess. You know, just so much going on.
Of course, like that's your escape.
Yeah. Why are you whispering that? I think a lot of them did escape through drinking. I think that the founding fathers had a weird time.
Also, it was more difficult to find clean water back then, so it was just like safer to drink beer.
Yeah, that's what they told their families. Yeah. I'm sure. Be like, darling, I'd drink water if it was clean, but it's
what a good excuse though, right?
It's
like, my health is on the line. I could drink that and die and not be able to
Do you want me to drink and die? You better give your boy some whiskey.
Yeah. That's funny.
Guys, what a weird story. What a weird turn this story has taken. We want to hear from you in the comments section below. We got into a lot of stuff about national anthems. Were you offended by Fergie's rendition of the national anthem? Had you heard of any of these other ones of the national anthem? What do you think about drinking songs? Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, and we'll see you next time on Pop Trigger.